who you are is difficult to. Okay. I'm Mary Angelie Alagao, and I'm 34 years old. I am a researcher, but I'm also very passionate about movement, and I basically I want to explore what else my body can do, and so I signed up for Move with Pauline.
Yeah, so you joined 6 months ago now. What was the core reason why you joined?
So at that time, I was recovering from a chronic illness. It made me not have energy every week. Before the chronic illness, I was basically a very active person, doing sports and everything. But then I slowed down a bit because of injuries, and then I had chronic migraines, chronic headaches, and so I it was like basically it's like my level of energy was going down from there. I was slowly recovering, but 6 months ago, I felt like I needed an anchor to get back. So I was slowly recovering, but I also knew that I couldn't go back to the sport that I used to do because I was also getting injured. And during that time, because when you have these moments in your life where it's really quite low, you also reflect on if you're going to recover, what could you have done better? And so I was just looking into different kinds of things, and then I saw Pauline's calisthenics, and I was wondering what calisthenics is because in some videos it's like like really doing all the advanced moves, and I can't really remember what were you showing during the time, but I think what I took out of it was that okay, so this woman is teaching calisthenics, but there's so much more. And so always looking for something more holistic, so that I can explore more. And so I signed up, and that I was really curious, because it seemed that her way is more like holistic, like that it. And then I will get to know about calisthenics, but then there are others. So
Nice. And so, what exactly were your goals, and why did you say yes to my method and me?
So my goals at the time was at the top is to explore what my body can do.
Yeah.
But then there are also I was doing yoga back in I don't know 2008, but it was really like on and off, and I really wanted to. There are really these poses that I would have wanted to do, and so especially the inversions.
Yeah.
But it's really scary, and so first I wanted to just have like okay, I know from experience many years back that it helps to have a coach and like someone that can guide you through it. Well, obviously, there are people who can just do it with the YouTube videos and, like practice and stuff. But then I felt like I probably am not that kind of a person. I needed something more structured. And then when I was talking to you, I felt like I was talking to the person that I was looking for
Okay.
this goal.
Yeah.
So there was already this so you were already telling me stuff, and then and so I was telling you what I wanted to do, but I don't know, but like I was just feeling that okay, I probably have found the right person for these goals. And so when we started, I will start with okay, forward fold, push ups,
Yeah.
and then headstand, because these are the things that I feel like someone who knows it well can like break it down so that how to prepare for it. And then when we started, like just the beginning, like the onboarding, I was pleasantly surprised
Okay.
because it's like, ah, wow, I really found the right person because she's really serious with this, because the onboarding itself is very thorough.
Yeah.
It was like it was like, oh, okay, this is nice because it's not like surface level, it's really like digging deep to what are your motivations, what are your fears, what are your and then plus taking pictures of where you are. And I guess that it was well suited for someone like me who likes visible progress.
Yeah.
So
From day
yeah,
one,
so
going deep into everything.
yes, so that was it for me. At the very beginning, 6 months ago, it was like, okay, that sealed the deal for me. Like, okay, I made the right investment. So yes.
Nice. And so, yeah, you had goals around headstand, push ups, which you nailed at the end of the 6 months, to be honest. So, tell me about like what you can do now that you couldn't before and what's changed for you physically, mentally.
So for me, um, mind body connection was
Yeah.
really like stronger than ever. For me, it was this mind body connection was really improved and strengthened because of the exercises that Pauline gave me. I think because it was mostly suited to what were my current circumstances at the time, and it was kind of like step by step, and okay, you basically repeat the same thing, but each time it's not like a lot that okay, you just do this one and not really think. It was more like, okay, I was trying also to understand, okay, why is it that this is the preparation step for this. And so it's like,
Mm.
okay, because when I do this one, every time that I do it, I feel that, for example, for the Jefferson curls at the beginning, I can feel that, okay, I understand why this has to be done because, it puts weight and that blah, blah, blah. And so for me, it was, I was getting stronger physically, I can feel it, but also mentally because now I feel like okay, I start to be in sync with my body as well. Not all the time, but for example, for the videos at
Yeah.
the beginning, I was thinking that okay, I'm like maybe I'm still far, but then when I look at the video, I'm quite close to when I have to do the headstand walk. So after that one, I started to like to to record, like to have to make a mental note in my head that okay, actually, when it starts to feel like this, it's actually close to being
Yeah.
straight. So I had like this feedback loop, and so that helped me like have this mind body connection. And so now I feel like okay, I feel like I can still do more. Okay, if maybe like I when I try to do the poses, I already have this thing in my head. It's like okay, maybe not today, or maybe just a little bit, and then we can stop if we don't feel like it. So I start to feel to be friendlier to
Yeah.
my body. I guess that was the best thing.
Yeah, I remember you at the beginning being very self-conscious around video and even not counting the reps if it wasn't like a perfect rep, and you would end up like doing a super long session just because you wouldn't count the reps. And
Yes.
videos were a bit tricky for you, but on one hand it helped you. On the second hand, like it was also like a perfectionism mirror. How did you deal with all that?
So first, thanks to you, Pauline, because you were very patient with me. I remember I was telling you stuff and even like crying about it like because I was feeling like, okay, I know I'm being hard on myself, but I cannot help it.
Yeah.
But then you were saying, okay, now tell me what are your circumstances? How many minutes can you commit? And what worked for you in the previous one? And then you gave me something. It's like, it was like my workout became simpler, but then you removed also the equipment because I was traveling around a lot, and so it's difficult. So it was so basically I think the small tweaks, the adjustments that you made that was based on on like my circumstances really helped a lot. And for me, it was that time that I knew that okay, it was nice to have this kind of support and coaching this time around this time, because I know that if it was just me with with everything that's happening in my life, I will just like just keep being too hard on myself. I could not like remove myself from my circumstances to be able to say that oh, actually, you can just do one rep. Like, you can just do this one, or you don't need to film anything, which is basically what you said. And it's okay. Just do the rep. Don't think that it has to be the best form, the perfect form. That's it. Just do it. And so I was just like, okay, just keep you doing the reps. As long as I don't injure myself, like just feeling safe in my body, and that's it. And then eventually it helped because I started going back to my rhythm,
Yeah.
because I overcame the mental block that's like, okay, it has to be the best rep, like it has to be the proper form, it has to look good in the video like this. So yeah, it was your coaching that really helped me a lot that time.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a time for like, okay, making sure that the alignment is right and like the form is right. But there's also a time of just letting go of that, and like intention and consistency is all what matters in the end, you know? You're saying that my coaching helped you a lot in overcoming some mental blocks. How did you feel about being mentored by me, and what was different maybe from what you've known before or other programs? What surprised you?
I've only had this kind of training 3 times in my life. So you're my third coach, but the first two were men,
Okay.
and for different like reasons. Like one was I was into triathlon, so it's mostly like for the three sports, but just for to have a structure like for the training. And that's how I knew that, okay, it helps to have someone put the structure for me, like. And then the second one was mostly that, okay, it was for the gym session for the strength, and there was someone looking at what I'm doing and correcting me. When it came to you, it's like you tied, like you're the one package. Plus the fact that you're a woman who would understand all the different cycles the things that we're going through, like the emotions, how our emotions affect. So I would say that, I mean, the first two were for different reasons. And then when I had a coaching with you, it's like everything that I the perks of the first two coaching that I had, plus everything that you put into it, which is beyond just the physical aspect, um which is also the mental and the emotional. And I think that and it helped, and it made me also feel supported.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I would say that the fact that your program is more on the side that, okay, you can build strength, and then you need to be consistent. However, consistency is a challenge because, with everything that is going on in your life. And I think because you also live by what you're teaching. I mean,
100%.
I mean, like, obviously it's not going to be perfect all the time, but for me, like, for someone to be able to coach other people well, and that it works for them, is to also live by the values that you teach. And so I can see it in the life by
Yeah.
design, that, okay, so you're learning it as well, and you're sharing it with other people. So that's what made it effective for me.
Okay, well, that's great to hear. I think you can't bring someone to a place where you haven't been yourself. So yeah, everything
Mhm.
I teach and I share comes really from personal experience. Yeah, you were mentioning the Live by Design program. If you had to explain what life design is to someone that never heard about it, how would you explain it?
It's not easy if you want to do it, like, if you really want to make the most of what it can offer.
Yeah.
I am saying this in the sense that it really allows you, it makes you reflect. And there is the nice voice of Pauline telling you things. And then with a question, and then you're like, oh yes, okay, I haven't really figured it out in my life. So basically it digs deep into, okay, your priorities, asking you what your priorities are, and telling you that, okay, you have to secure and build these foundations in yourself to be able to actually do what you want. Yeah, so the live by design, which the name itself is already very nice and telling. It helps you figure things out, reflect on yourself, reflect on your own motivation for doing such things.
Yeah.
If you want something to be sustainable, it's created not to judge you for wherever you are in life, but to say that, okay, like all of us have different circumstances in life, but know that like if you want something, then you have to make sure that like your own motivation for it, your circumstances for it, your priorities are aligned to that one. Otherwise it will not happen. And it's not because you're not capable of making it happen, it's just that there are many things that can come up in life that could like stop you from like living the life that you want basically. And so unless you can be clear with that, and then when with clarity then you start designing your life towards it, then it's going to be a challenge. So for me, live by design is really helpful to basically it's a guide for you to identify your priorities, or basically identify what are the other things in your life that are stopping you from living the life that you want, and which is a nice companion to the coaching and the workouts, because then it becomes like a, you know, like a full package of overall health. And so because when you know what your priorities are, then you know how, whether you should put workouts a priority, and then also to know that, okay, when life is more difficult for you, but you have this goal, like you don't need to keep pushing, but maybe you need to rest. I think that it's nice for you to have remind yourself that it's okay to be kind to yourself, something like
It is
this.
more than
And
okay.
and
You gotta be nice to yourself, eh?
yes, yes, and it's you not saying this, you
Yeah,
know, like in live by design, that you have to be kind to yourself, blah, blah, blah. It's just you guiding people
yeah,
to
yeah.
to realize it themselves, so that it becomes something that comes from you and not because someone was telling you to it. So that is for me, live by design is like that.
I'm so glad that that track really helped you overcome. In Move with Purpose, obviously, we have the movement, the coaching together. We have the Live by Design track that is you reflecting on your own with the videos. And there's also like the community part. What aspect of the community resonated with you? The monthly calls, like the safe space we have also on the circle.
I think that the community is nice in the sense that it reminds you that you are not alone. When times when you start to be hard on yourself because you missed a workout, although I couldn't always join the community calls, I do watch the replay.
Yeah.
And it always it always reminds me that, okay, these other people are not like doing it perfectly
Yeah.
as well. They're just like doing it as much as they can with the circumstances that they had, but they didn't stop. So it's okay. Like if I cannot do it today, like I can rest properly, and then tomorrow I can do it. Like something like this. It doesn't have to end just because I missed a workout. So I would say that's how powerful the community is. And also when you read what people are writing, it empowers you as well. So it's nice.
Like even me, I don't do it perfectly, you know, like, but I know there is no finish line, and that the only thing I can do is just improve 1% better every day, and like just get going and just not stop. So how do you feel now? Like if you had to conclude the 6 months, how do you feel now in your practice, in your head, going forward, also after Move with Purpose?
So now I would say that I have a more stable base. 6 months ago, it wasn't really the case. And now I feel like, okay, I was discovering more of my strength after 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was also learning that although 6 months is a long time, and at the beginning, it was like you're motivated and, like feel like, okay, I can crush my goals. And then, like in the middle, there were many things happening. And so it was mostly that, okay, like your initial motivation can go down. And then with your help, Pauline, I was able to recover. And so another thing was, okay, I have a stable base, and the second one is that with the right support, it's still possible to get back on track on your goals. You just need to basically ask for help. to, to tell someone who can help you that I'm struggling and these are my circumstances in life. And is there any way that the workouts can be adjusted so I can still, so that this is possible. And so moving forward, the lesson was that, okay, I mean, life is messy, but with the right tools, mindset, and the right people, supporting you, it makes things easier. And so also a reminder that like even if you're getting off track, it's okay to take a rest and focus on recovery and then slowly go back, and then anyway your body will remember. Your body will remember it. It's not like, it doesn't go back to zero and
Yes.
like so so your body will remember it. It has a memory of the exercises that you've been doing. It's just that when you're tired. And it doesn't mean that, okay, I went back to zero, and it doesn't like that. Those were the main things that I got from Move with Purpose, which actually is a nice name. Because I basically moved with purpose. It was movement, but I had all these other things inside me that were also changing as well. And so it was basically not just movement, like crushing your goals and stuff, but basically it was, I would say, movement by intention. So I was more intentional moving forward. So yeah, that was it. That's something that I would be taking with me after 6 months and moving forward.
That's amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to like see your journey and maybe like connect again for sure. What would you say to someone that was like you 6 months ago and is hesitating to start Move with Purpose with me? What would you say to them?
So I would say that the right investments are expensive. Because at the beginning this was my issue.
Yeah.
I know I need help. I know I need coaching, but like there is also the financial issue. But then 6 months ago when I was talking to you and I was also assessing for myself whether you would be the right coach for me, and based on where I was in my life at that time, I took the leap, and I don't regret it. Some tools that you might need in life will come in, not cheap ones, but also because the people, well, obviously depending on whatever, but the people who put a lot of work into it, they're worth that price. Sometimes you really need to invest in yourself. And so money can be an issue, but then like if invested in the right aspects, then it will help you like many times than just, I don't know, like using it for something else. So for someone like 6 months ago, that was an issue, and I have to be real about it.
Yeah.
But also it was an investment that I don't regret because it helped me greatly. And Pauline was is still a really good coach in an unconventional way. Because like when you say coach, it's like, okay, this is the workout and this is but Pauline was gentle, throughout my journey, and also understanding, and And so it was I had the right support, and eventually I didn't even think of my initial investment. I was just like happy that I feel like I'm growing each day, and that there is a support on my side, like when I am getting off track, and there is the community to for me to be inspired about their progress, and that okay, one day I will make it as well. For someone like me 6 months ago, if after talking to Pauline and assessing your goals, you feel like I should take this, go for it. You will not regret it. I mean, because that was me 6 months
Right.
ago.
Wow. That means the world to me. Obviously, you're giving me chills, and yeah, that's true. Like I'm the first person to also invest heavily in myself, and that changed my life. You know, I wouldn't ask this kind of commitment if I wasn't doing it myself. I always say every athlete has a coach. There is a reason for that. I have a coach as well, like, and I learn a lot through that to be able to also coach other people. Just to wrap this up, if you had to describe in just a few words, let's say like maybe 1, 2, 3 words, what does move with purpose means to you?
Um, Living intentionally.
Yes, definitely. Nice.
Just 2 words.
That's perfect.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you very much for all the work that you put into it, and I hope that you can reach more people with the work that you're doing, and I hope that a lot more people can access your coaching, your way of doing things and seeing life, and I hope that it can help them as much as it has helped me. And basically, that was just it. Thank you. I still have a lot of homework to do from here, but yeah, it was but really like a thank you. That's all. That's all I
Wow.
can say.
Well, thank you. It was amazing to work with you as well, like during those 6 months. And your journey is impressive. Obviously, there have been like up and downs, but you clearly finished on an up. And I'm really glad that all the tools and adaptation that we've put in place were the right ones for you. Because at the end of the day, like that's what matters, finding something that works for you. So yeah, well, thanks so much, and thanks so much for jumping on that call. And
Yes.
yeah, let's keep in touch.
Thank you. And have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you
Well,
too.
Sunday. Yeah.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.